Hey guys, it's Allie Actuality. I have a new setup. It's literally a blanket. Oh. It's literally a blanket hanging with hangers on my closet. It works. I think it's beautiful. It's much better than the view of my bed. So, leave a like if you enjoy. oh, oh, oh. Subscribe for more of my blanket and my eyelashes, of which I'm trying to figure out how to wear. So, study habits. Let's be honest, I didn't figure this stuff out until college. I definitely felt this video was one of the most important ones that I'm going to be making in this little high school advice. You're gonna hear my cat doing some weird ass shit in the background. I felt like this was just one of the most important videos because I really needed it. And I feel like a lot of I'm not the only one who needed it. But as a disclaimer, everything I'm saying is my preference. So everyone's study is different and everyone has different homework habits and whatnot, and everyone's going to be different. So my advice is good advice, but obviously it's not going to help everyone. So for homework at least, which I think was one of the biggest problems that I had in high school because I didn't want to do any of it, was the stupid worksheets that you get during class. So something about high school that you have to know is I found this out from one of my teachers, that at least some teachers have quotas and they have to meet a certain number of whatever in order to get like a good score from the county. And so that includes like a certain amount of worksheets, a certain amount of homeworks, and blah blah blah. So it just kind of goes to show you that some of the stuff that you're doing actually isn't really helping you. It's just more like, hey, like I have to meet my quota, here you go, take it. One thing that I noticed from all of the worksheets that I was receiving from a good amount of my classes is that they were about the content that I was learning that day. So in my senior year, I realized that I would save a lot of my life and time and effort if I just did it in class along with the lesson. And if anything, it actually helped me a little bit more because it was like a supplement to what I was learning and I was like answering questions along with it. So that really helped me out. Another thing that I did was I kind of made a game out of it, and it was like I'm gonna finish this before this class ends and it's this homework. And I didn't realize that would help me until senior year, and I ended up finishing my senior year with a 3.75. Another thing that I have to say is just do the readings. The readings are actually really helpful, or at least they're going to help you in that class. You might think like, oh, like I already know it, blah, blah, blah. If you really feel like very confident in it, you should skim it. Even if you don't really like 100% know it, and it's something that you really dread doing, at least skim it, because you'll be shocked by how much you remember. And some of the random stuff that just sticks in your head is going to end up being important, like dates or names, you know, you're going to need that stuff. Another thing that I did was that I often did my essays. Okay, now mind you, this was towards the end of the school year where my social life was kind of destroyed. But that's another story. I began to bring my laptop to school so that I could do some of my homework and I could do some of my essays during lunch. Now, this was only whenever I had absolutely nothing else to do, and it ended up saving me a lot of time. And at the very least, I would work on outlines, which were really, really helpful because I still do outlines to this day. And this is another study habit that you should really consider picking up, is if you make a general outline of what you're going to write each paragraph in your essay about, or just key points that you want to touch up on that you feel are like the most pertinent information for your essay, write it down so that you know about it later on, and so you don't forget that idea, because most of the time you're going to need it more so than you're not. I didn't start using a planner until probably like the last half of senior year, and it saved my ass, okay? Like, it was just amazing. Like, I stopped forgetting assignments, I stopped forgetting homework, and, ooh, too much. And then this is something that I started doing in college. So, I don't know, maybe some people in high school have it where you are assigned a reading. So let's say by the end of the week, you have to have finished chapter 1, right? So what I do, at least in college, is I will count how many pages are in chapter 1, and starting after the day that I schedule it, because it's kind of like a break day, I will divide up how many pages I have to read every single day in order to finish either the day before I need it done, or the day of, depending on like what it was and what I had to be reading, and if it was like really important that I finish it. It was so helpful. It is still very helpful, and it just saves you from reading like 50 pages like in one night right before you have class, because you realize it's actually really important. Binders and folders are also very important. Some people are like, oh, like you're a nerd if you have a binder. Like, don't listen to that. Just do it. Like, if it helps you, just do it. Don't even listen to anybody criticizing you. If it helps you and it helps you in your school and it helps you in your life, do it, okay? Like, and if anyone's making fun of you for that shit, then they're not good at examples and you shouldn't have them in your life regardless. And a really good idea is to have like a homework folder, or like in your binder in that little pocket there, put your homework there so that it's one of the first things that you see and that you'll never forget that you had a homework in there. And then your scheduler is also going to help with that. Also, it's also really important to know that, I learned this in my cognitive psychology class, is that the setting you study in is the best setting you're going to do well in. So if you study in a really loud environment, you're more likely to test better in a loud environment. So vice versa, if you're studying in a very quiet environment, you're more likely to do better in a quiet environment. It's a very good idea to study in a quiet environment because most likely your exam is not going to be loud. And then the last piece of advice that I have for you is the best thing that you can do for yourself and for others is to teach them how to do stuff, okay? So like teaching them how to do a math problem, how to do whatever. If you are teaching it, you are going to solidify it in your brain, and you're going to know how to write out the questions yourself, and you're going to know how to do it yourself. So that is the best way to do anything. So that was just a really quick, short little video that will hopefully help you get through your bad study habits, and maybe you'll get better study habits, I don't know. But just remember, just explore, learn yourself, learn your own mind, see what works best for you, and you have 4 years. Don't mess up. That's the best advice that I got for ya. So leave a like, don't forget to subscribe if you want more advice, and subscribe to gain a new friend. That was awkward. Thanks for watching though. Okay, leave a like and subscribe, bye. But the part that really tends to get people is the social life. If you're going into high school, maybe you're panicking a little bit. Maybe you're super chill about it. Who knows? I don't know what middle school is like anymore. So I just wanted to make this video to